Sing about kindness.
Sing about kindness.
Sing about caring.
Sing about caring.
Sing about love.
Sing about love.
All around the world.
All around the world. Sing about kindness.
Sing about kindness.
Sing about caring.
Sing about caring.
Sing about love.
Sing about love.
All around the world.
All around the world.
Sing about compassion.
Sing about compassion.
Sing about unity.
Sing about unity.
Sing about love.
Sing about love.
All around the world.
All around the world. Sing about compassion.
Sing about compassion.
Sing about unity.
Sing about unity.
Sing about peace.
Sing about peace.
All around the world.
All around the world.
All around the world.
Hello and welcome to Wellspring Wednesday. We hope, Ray and I hope, that you will light a chalice with us and that you will sing along to our songs. A few weeks back in the Tower Club, the high school kids were prompted to think about what if we lived a life that went according to our principles. If we did what we believe is right and behaved to each other in the way we know to be true. We thought about what that world would be like. And a few of the kids, several of them actually, made this point that if we took the time to think about how our actions land on other people, if we really thought about what other people go through and we acted with that understanding, that would change everything. And the word that came up was compassion. And they're right, compassion. Compassion for thinking about what other people feel, the struggles they have, the suffering that they go through. It would affect everything about how we approached our world. And one of the kids said, wait a second, you are talking about utopia. You are talking about a perfect world. Yeah, we are. Come, let us worship together.
In a moment, you can join us in singing our first song, Lean on Me, which I believe is 1021, in Singing the Journey.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are one, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long.
Each week, we ask Unity families to share their joys and sorrows, concerns, blessings, gifts, and challenges with us over email, so that we can bring the real stories of our lives into this place, so that we can celebrate together, give each other support, and hold on to each other in love. This week, we ask families of high school-aged youth to share what is on their hearts and minds on this April day of showers that will bring May flowers. This from Elizabeth Roble and Mark Smith. Our family has a sorrow, joy combined. The sorrow: Emma broke and displaced her collarbone at soccer just before spring break. The joy: she was able to have surgery that Thursday, April 1st, quicker healing time, and so we were still able to make our driving trip to the Smoky Mountains. Emma is healing, but will be out of soccer for at least 8 weeks and maybe 12. Harper and Atticus Danielson are both pumped with excitement, and they are apprehensive about returning to school today after a year of pandemic. They and their parents share joy that they have returned safely from fabulous spring trips. Atticus spent 2 weeks in Utah with senior friends, and Harper was on Madeline Island with her dear friend, Iris Steiner Manning. Rebecca Stewart and family, David, Bjorn, Sev, and Oscar. Our joys: lacrosse season has begun. All of our family members have been vaccinated. We are now sleeping with the windows open. And our joy of eagle watching on our dog walks. Our sorrows include the uncertainty of really all of our future plans, of recognizing the rapid aging of grandparents, and the tragedy of yet another young black man killed by the police. And we here at Unity, along with all of you, we open our hearts and minds to people everywhere in the wake of this hard and awful thing that has just happened, that keeps happening, that a young man has been killed by the police. Dante Wright, a young black man, a father, a son, a boyfriend. We all see this as a tragedy, a life cut short. But people in the black community, people of color in this community, in this country, know that this is more than just a tragic accident. I, as a white man, I can understand the horror of losing a child, a friend, but I really can't begin to know the suffering of a whole people who know that this happens because of the color of their skin, who daily know that they will suffer this injustice day after day. I cannot know that suffering, but I must really try to know it. I must fully understand just how bad that is. Join me as we all spend some moments in silence for Dante Wright and his family, and we just allow an understanding of the soul-crushing suffering of others to wash over us, to feel it. Join me in prayer. Holy One, help us now to breathe together, to hold everyone and everything close to our hearts. Let us allow ourselves to stop, to pause, to interrupt our busy hands, our busy minds. And we recognize in our joys and in our sorrows what it is that joins us together. The many joys of going back to school, to be with friends and loved ones again, for our health, for the return of spring flowers, and for the eagles. And the deep sorrow over people we have lost, of treasured experiences that will not happen. And we seek the courage to hear and understand and to work against the ongoing suffering that reveals inexplicable hate and troubled minds, and sometimes the feeling that things aren't going to get better. For all of these, we come together and pray for compassion and hope. We strive to hold on to our principles and to broaden our love. And Holy One, we still give thanks for this precious, precious life. Amen.
Amen.
When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love.
Lucy and Jordan were really good friends. They would talk together in class and sometimes get in trouble for it. They would play at recess and on the weekend together. And every summer, they would go to camp and have a blast. Lucy and Jordan were really good friends. And Lucy thought that she always knew what to say and do, well, at least around Jordan, and she liked that about herself. Jordan had another best friend who went to a different school, who Lucy didn't know very well. And one day, something really sad happened. Jordan's friend passed away. He was a kid and he died. And Jordan was heartbroken and sad and angry. When his parents told him that his friend was gone, he said, "That doesn't make any sense, and it's not fair." The next day in school, he was really quiet in class. And when they were let out to go to recess, Lucy had to look around to see where Jordan was, and finally spotted him sitting in the corner by himself, kicking at the dirt. And Lucy thought, well, I always know what to say and do, especially when it comes to Jordan. I can help him feel better. And so she walked over and said, "Knock, knock." And Jordan didn't respond. He just kept kicking at the dirt, but his shoulders straightened. So Lucy thought he had heard her, but she just said again, "Knock, knock." And Jordan, kicking the dirt, said, "I'm not in the mood." So Lucy said, "Well, I'm not in the mood who?" And Jordan turned to her and said, "I'm not in the mood." And Lucy saw there were tears streaming down his face. So she decided to try something else. She reached into her bag and got out some tissues and just handed them to Jordan. And he pushed the box of tissues out of her hand. And he said, "Don't wipe my tears away. I want to feel them on my face." And she paused. She knew she was just trying to help, and she trusted that Jordan knew somewhere deep down that she was just trying to help. But he was also telling her that this was not what he needed. So she looked down and she finally realized she didn't know what to say and she didn't know what to do. But she cared about her friend so much. So, without really thinking about it, she sat down. And she just sat there in silence, and Jordan kept kicking the dirt and softly crying. And again, without really thinking about it very much, after a few moments of silence, she said, "I'm sorry. And I don't really understand. I don't know what to say or what to do, but I want to try. I want to listen." And for a moment, Jordan didn't say anything. And she realized that sometimes listening meant listening to silence, or him kicking in the dirt, or his tears and sighs. And then he reached out his hand, and she took it. And he said, "Thank you." And they just sat there, crying together. For our closing song, join us in singing Woyaya, 10 of 20 in Singing the Journey.
We are going, heaven knows where we are going, but we know within, and we will get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know we will. It will be hard, we know, and the road will be muddy and rough, but we'll get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know we will. We are going, heaven knows where we are going, but we know within, and we will get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know we will. It will be hard, we know, and the road will be muddy and rough, but we'll get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know we will.
Don't wipe my tears away. I want to feel them on my face. May we, to those grieving and angry in our lives, may we listen, watch, and be next to, without trying to wipe their grief and anger away. So may we compassionately go forth.